Hello, and welcome back to my RP-1 campaign on hard. Uh, so, huh? That should not have completed. We docked a vessel to Skylab 1, but it sure as heck didn't have crew. Alright, let's set up our Venus lander. Venus orbiter lander. Okay, we do not need to toss all that much to Venus. Oh god, that's expensive. Okay, 158 watts. We'll enable those and see what our... Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Okay, and for once in my life, I will remember put a frickin' thermometer and barometer on this thing. Okay. Okay. There's that. That should be able to re-enter just fine. This is going to Venus. It's interesting. Why is this? Why does this have screwy out there? Now the alignment's fixed. Okay. Okay. Huh? There we go. Okay, we have an absolutely ludicrous quantity of delta V. But other than packing another orbiter, sorry, another lander, let's see what we can do with it. Okay, our transfer ejection is 3740, so we'll budget 3850. Okay. Cool thing is we're bringing enough delta V that we can capture to a low orbit and then re-enter. Fairly impressive. So we can pretty precisely target our landing spot. All right. Yeah, this is plenty of delta V all around. Something's weird here. Okay. This is going to be a Venus orbital lander. All right. Oh, right. We don't actually need this. That saves a little bit of mass. Although the real problem is this. So let's offset our mass a little bit.
Hey there.
Hello.
How goes it?
Okay. Hopefully my audio is working fine because literally right before I started streaming, which is why it took me a while to start streaming, my headphones kind of broke.
Well, you sound fine right now to me.
Good. So I
I
reassembled
don't
them
know.
successfully.
I
Always good
just
to
joined
know.
the watching on Twitch too. I don't, but hopefully somebody would have said something.
Yep.
What are you building today?
This is a Venus orbiter lander. And no, I don't have trajectories installed. But I can still, given how much drag the atmosphere of Venus puts on you, you're going to land not very long after you enter in terms of downrange. Okay, so
It can still depend on your trajectory because the very upper atmosphere is kind of Earth-like, but
yeah.
it gets soupy fast.
Okay, so apparently we don't have to worry about offset center of mass. That's nice. Let's turn these back off again. I'm loving the fact that KSP Community Fixes now lets me do this. So good.
Oh, yeah, numerical edit for that. Yep, that's
Yeah.
great.
So good.
Tout my own horn and say that's one of the first things I remember adding as a design for KSP.
Yeah, it's real good that you did. Makes life
Well,
so
the
much better.
community's been asking for it before that, so it's not like I came up with it. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's clearly a QL thing we need to do.
Yes. All right, this all looks correct. And this is going to be obscenely expensive in time to build, even though it's not actually that expensive per se, just because it has the RTG on it. Oh, the RTG actually extends. Great. The RTG extends below the landing legs. Okay. Let's move that up a little bit. Because we really can't afford to break the RTG on landing or we'll be in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost tempting to put it on top, but that will raise our center of mass a good bit.
True. Although you're really doing something wrong if you're coming in too fast for a landing on Venus.
So
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I do like, yeah, the parachutes. At least I only deploy the parachutes at 100 meters from the surface because I know better.
Hmm.
But yeah. All right. I think we're good now. Let's close up the fairing. Not have a JWST incident. Good to go.
The other day I rediscovered that you could use the brakes action group even with uncontrolled core, so you can use air brakes as well.
Ah, yes. Makes sense.
In case you wanted to make a lander that works like a maple leaf, for instance.
Yeah.
Or maple seed. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that rather than the parachutes, but
Nah,
fine.
parachute's still better. I was doing it because I was having an unguided stage coming in too fast, and I just wanted to use some space plane, or sorry, some supersonic wings to slow it down.
Makes sense.
Also discovered that holotanks can make for extremely cheaty inner stages.
Yes.
RP-1 fairings and stock fairings are completely different animals, so yeah, that's an RP-1 fairing thing. But we did add the option to adjust whether the fairings stay open or closed on mouse over in stock as well. And I think that was the last version.
Okay, so that's a 700-ton pad. I guess I'll build another 700-ton pad. Like, I have money to burn. Or I could just build another unlimited pad. I can't quite afford an unlimited pad. But I really wish that LC-37 wasn't disabled. I wonder why it's disabled. Because it shows up in the list. Kind of wanna try it and see what happens. Because I really want to make my 1500-ton pads on LC-37, so that I can reserve LC-39 for the unlimited pads.
That's
Okay, there's LC-36B. And for completeness, I really kind of want to change the ordering so 36A and 36B are next to each other. So I will do that thing. CT launch pad.
because your save file grown for this run.
How big?
Yeah.
26 megs. That's not bad.
Not bad.
I've been pruning old stuff. Let's see. So I have LC3, LC17A, LC14, LC36A. LC36B. This is very confusing. Okay, LC36B. Oh, did I not set its location yet? Apparently I did not. Well, we can fix that.
Maybe the RP-1 depends on having RSS and RO installed.
Okay, let us load that save. Hope I didn't break things with surgery. Here we are, LC36B. And we have 39A, B, and C. Okay. I'm gonna save again just to hand edits. And now I actually kind of want to see what these even are like. So let's try this. I'm going to just roll this out and then reload. Because maybe even though it's disabled, it will still work. Or everything will explode. Either way, we'll learn something.
Let's find out. Not like explosions are uncommon in this game.
True. I feel like I do not play in a traditional Kerbal manner because like the number of explosions that I've suffered this campaign has been very minor. Oh, that's what's going on. We start underground. Okay. Oh, it's disabled because literally nothing exists here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess I can't actually.
Although it looks like you got a launch pad very nearby. Is that LC-37A?
Over here?
Yeah. No. It's not right.
No, I think that might be. That looks kind of like a Titan pad. Can't really tell.
We'll trust your judgment because I have no knowledge of what those pads look like.
Uh,
I guess I can just Google map it.
yep. There we are. There's the image that I was trying to remember. Uh, okay, so
Based off that, it looks like it's LC-47. Or, no, wait, SLC-37. Or it's supposed to be SLC-37.
I mean, yeah, we're at LC37.
Mm-hmm.
Just what's confusing is that. All right, so this is. Right, okay, so missile row is down here. This is LC34, Saturn 1 pad. And this is one of the, all right, so yeah, maybe it's, we went to, what did we go to? Went to A, I think? Try B. And yes, I was.
the geometry that is there does look like this picture on Wikipedia of Space Launch SLC-37.
Yep.
Without the milk stool and all the stuff you would build with MLP.
Yeah, okay, so that's a Delta pad now. What did it used to be? It used to be, yeah, okay, so it went straight from Saturn 1B to Delta 4. It was out of commission between. Okay, let's try that. See what happens. Yeah, so it was deactivated between 1972 and 2001. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, but it feels wrong to be launching with the pad infrastructure for Delta 4 in the early 70s. So I think I'll just launch from LC-34. All right, so the all-up launch cost is about a little over, it's about 26K, looks like. So as soon as we break past C36B, this is going to be very confusing, but this is going to technically be named LC-37 but launched from LC-34. And this be LC-39A and launch from LC-39A. Oh, there's Slick 37B. Okay. So, oh, I know why they're disabled. I remember this now. Yes, they are underground. The actual infrastructure is underground. And the modern infrastructure is above ground. So I need to edit that config file. I remember Aviation 366 saying this. LC39. Okay, now I remember. All right. Well, that's suboptimal, but we might as well launch the thing and make a profit.
suboptimal about it?
I'm running well before the 60-day countdown, but I'm building these things so fast that it doesn't matter. So, yes, costs are. Sorry.
There's also a point where it's just like you're going to get money just for waiting faster, more, even disregarding the cost of the rocket.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I want to see how this thing works.
Fair.
Because I haven't actually launched one of these yet.
Strangely, you'd think that inflection point would be exactly where the like the 60-day or whatever the limit is, and it's not. It's about 40% earlier.
Yeah, it's about 40, 50 days if memory serves. Yeah, so I'm launching a little under optimal. It's fine. So yes, costs are very different. So the point of RP-1 is that it's realistic progression 1, and it uses just as realism overhaul, just as RSS has all the real planets and realism overhaul has all the real parts and tech. RP-1 has all the real campaign stuff. So prices are as correct, except when we have to make changes for gameplay, they are correct as far as we know for the actual costs to build and fly these things. So one fund in RP-1 is equivalent to $1,000 US dollars in 1965. So the fact that this was about 26 million to launch, sorry, 27,000 funds to launch means it's about $27,000 million. You know what I mean? $27 million in 1965 dollars, of which about 10 million is the flyaway cost. Another almost 8 million is the integration and rollout cost, and the remaining like 3.5 million is launch services.
SNF, another visitor to our
Hello again.
chat.
A muted visitor?
Maybe. I saw a circle turn green on Discord, but I just didn't hear anything.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, there.
Good morning.
Hello. Welcome to Unmuted Land.
Yes, how are you both?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right.
I'm alive.
That beats the alternative. Generally
Indeed.
acknowledged as such. Let's see. So we're real fast off the pad. So you get advanced ascent guidance by, you see this button down here? You click it when it says classic ascent guidance, and then you choose PVG as the option. However, you will probably have, maybe it works in stock, doubtful, but you definitely, like, it's designed for a real planet and real engines and real all this stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if it worked in stock.
I mean, it will, I guess if you give it a coast, it'll work in stock. I once, on a KSP TV stream, tried to launch in stock a launch vehicle like I would do it in RO, which meant that I had like a 4 or 5 minute burn off of an LV909, which was, I think it shocked people to their core. Okay, I think we want an even higher pitch rate than that. Well, actually, no, actually, our boosters don't do as much as I thought they did. Yeah, so I think we want to stay like this. Let's try it. Yeah, this is not as fast off the pad as you'd hope.
Say 1.4 TWR,
yep.
So that's about what you get.
Why are we spinning like crazy?
I don't know. I was curious about that myself.
Yeah, Better Controller has real issues coming off the pad with stickiness on gimbals. Like, it really likes to overturn and then go around again and then finally settle down. Like, it's fine in space, but it sucks for high thrust vector control engines. So we will not be like Delta and keep our boosters for another 30 seconds. We'll get rid of them as soon as they burn out.
Delta just does it to drop them further away from the pad.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be at least a little bit out to sea first. I mean, the other point is that it doesn't really materially make that much difference to hold, you know, 1.5 tons of dry mass when you're already like 170 tons. Alright, so we way overlofted. Way overlofted, my goodness. I guess I was right the first time about spiking these numbers. Yeah, but this is with the final uprating of the H1, and then the uprated LR91. And then 2 Star 37Es, because a single Antares 3 is not enough.
A lot of stages for, this is a geostationary contract, right?
Yeah. So these numbers are a lie. I have no idea why MechJeb is confused, but these numbers are a lie. They're actually 42-second burn times.
Weird.
It's probably being confused by the thrust curve. It's probably looking at like the thrust.
It's looking at the stated thrust, but if you look at the stated thrust, the stated thrust actually I think makes sense for a 42-second burn time. I think I actually
right, but maybe MJ is looking at what's the start of the.
Oh, I thought MJ entirely ignored thrust curves.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really use it.
Yes. I'm surprised you're not trying to launch your rockets using scripts written in VI.
Excuse me.
Oh, I guess VI uses multiple lines. I'm sorry.
Yes, I use Ed. You should know this by now.
Yes.
Yeah, if I could figure out a way to launch my rockets with Ed, I probably would.
I have faith in you.
You're a masochist without telling me you're a masochist.
These really do look a lot like Star 48s. So yeah, this thing takes its sweet time getting to orbit.
You do tend to like those unhurried rockets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like reasonable parking orbits, and if they're too fast to orbit, then they don't have reasonable parking orbits without paying a lot.
That's true. Whereas I did my most recent first science orbit by going to a 90 by 1500 orbit and then doing a kick at the apogee.
Jeepers.
Well, when you're
I mean,
going to
that is
1500, that means
yeah, that is correct. Like assuming you spin up enough in the atmosphere and don't precess too much while you can't be on rails warp.
Well, I got to control how much I spun myself up. I had avionics for that, so that wasn't a problem.
Oh yeah, I guess you could have. Right, of course. Right, you could have handled. Wait, you
No,
kept.
you were right the first time. Once I released the avionics, then I was still at 90 kilometers doing an unguided burn.
Okay.
But, there's just not a lot of atmosphere up there, and I was spun up to a reasonable rate.
Yeah. I guess that's fair.
And then once you're at a 90 by 1500, you ascend out of the atmosphere pretty fast, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the other thing I was thinking was that there's no reason you necessarily had to attach at 90, right? Like you could have. It would not. I don't think it would have cost you much to attach at like 150.
Oh, it was entirely because I angled my plane a little bit too low, so
Oh,
my casters
okay.
didn't jump me up high enough, but
Okay.
I did it anyway.
Okay. Right. So after all that whinging about how slow that was, we're still going to be under 9 kilometers per second expended. Which is
Well, I wasn't
not
really
bad.
whining about it. I was just
Yeah.
pointing out that definitely like a slow.
Yeah. Probably would have done better with 6 casters instead of 4, but it's real hard to make that work on the way the engines are mounted.
Mhm. Unless you want to double up the casters.
Yeah, could have gone to 8, you're right. But that means they're not all in symmetry, and you have to make sure you get the positioning correct. Or at least correct enough.
Why wouldn't they not all be in symmetry?
Because I thought by doubling up you meant 4 and then move left a little bit and another 4. Such that there are 4
like
clusters
attached.
of 2 each.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I was thinking of putting the casters out, like stacking one on top of the other, but
Oh.
there's 4 that are in symmetry with each other, and then another 4 that are in symmetry with each other, so.
Oh, I see what you mean, yes. Like literally attaching the second set to the first set.
Yes.
Not to a second set of decouplers. Yeah,
Right.
That just feels like it would end poorly. I mean, it wouldn't because KSP, but in reality it would end poorly.
It's just wrong, isn't it?
Yes. This is not a speed run.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. But I'm curious, why would it end up poorly in the real world?
Because the stresses on the. So. Actually,
I mean,
Yeah.
you probably want to.
Firstly, you'd be at risk of ripping the inboard motor casings apart.
I mean, you'd want to build a truss that went from the outboard, across the inboard, and then all the way to the rocket, rather than just like.
Yeah, but like there would be
skin like you would in KSP.
But there absolutely would be no reason not to just attach all 8 of them directly to the tank itself, right? Like
well, this is making the assumption that there's not enough room for 8 of them attached to the tank itself.
Oh, you mean? Oh God, that's even wronger.
Yeah, he's talking about stacking them radially.
Yes.
In the real world, you just make 4 or use 4 bigger.
Yes.
Solid rocket motors.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was just imagining that the core stage is so narrow that you can't radially have 4 casters going all the way around it. Which is not really true for yours, but is kind of true with your engine skirts.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate that there are not just bigger casters out there. They have a really good burn time for making an ascent more efficient without, just like having massive solid rocket motors that are sitting around for minutes.
Yep.
A minute or two.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like the Minuteman ones if you need something bigger.
What's the burn time on those?
55 seconds, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
And the Algols are nice.
The Algols don't really get updated over time, though, do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, there's a 2 and a 3.
Okay.
I mean, Scats flew into the 1990s. There's an Algol 3 in like the 70s or something. Okay. So, let us perform our burn. Hello, Earth. I marked just to see how much delta V we actually get out of it. We had 1106 on the estimate.
Yeah, I guess it's slightly randomized with residuals these days, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't think I've played since those were added. I'm looking forward to that.
And varying specific impulse and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so we undercounted by almost 3 meters per second. That's good. Oops. Apparently we ended up overcorrecting on inclination, but not enough. Good enough. That was successful. Okay. Let's perform our course corrections for Mars. How are we doing here? Still got a bunch to go. The heck? 10 days. Okay, yeah. I do not care about Comstar 4. Why is Comstar 4 warning me about anything? Okay.
wish we had some kind of grid fin game.
Yeah, FAR does not play nice with grid fins.
Would you model them as some kind of proc wing instead of? Well, maybe it still wouldn't play nice because it'd still have to voxelize it.
Yep.
As well as.
What can we do to shift that around? That works. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing with Viking 2. It's onward to Mars. Whoops. Fun, fun. Apparently, MechJeb changed its mind on when the best time to perform this maneuver was.
Right, I gotta go to work. I'll catch you guys
Okay.
later.
That's good.
Later.
Thanks for coming by.
Bye.
Okay, this one I think we want. That's interesting. It's purely polar. Um, how did this end up such a mess? Oops. This is going the wrong way.
Top. Underneath.
Sorry?
Came in underneath.
Yeah. Smitty, thanks for coming by. And to see you again soon. Let us create a menu node instead of just futzing around with RCS. Okay, that's looking better. There we go. That's getting pretty close. That looks good. Okay. Okay, we probably could tune our inclination a bit more, but 10 degrees is not so bad that we can't easily correct it when we get there. So we're doing Phobos sample return and Deimos sample return, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Although conveniently, I will not actually land this on Deimos until after I've got the Phobos thing good to go. Okay. There we go. Everything is ready to go. So they encounter Mars in 4 months, give or take. Get a Jupiter encounter in 5 months, give or take. Although it will probably take like another month or two to get actually close to Jupiter. Okay, that's much more affordable than Mercury orbit. That is much more affordable than a Mercury orbit. Year and a half transit, though. All right, we could send a Vesta orbiter. Although, departure's in a year. I'm kind of at a loss of what else to build.
That's not a good place to be in.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't really want to send crewed interplanetary missions because like that requires, I mean, I guess I have an unlimited pad, so I could technically do it in a single launch, but like, come on.
Why not go crazy? But yeah, that does sound like the last thing you want to do before you finish a campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my other options are like Ceres orbit, Vesta orbit, Mercury orbit. But like, I probably have to use a 1500 like, if I'm not doing a bunch of gravity assists, I basically have to use one of my darters to launch even a tiny probe to Mercury orbit. Because it'll just require... because I'm not interested in trying to get cryogenics out there.
Electric propulsion?
Yeah, I don't have persistent thrust, though.
Sure.
So, 3 years later. Yeah, I mean, there's no particular reason I couldn't do a lunar space station. You're right, Alex Hudson. Like, it pays fine. But I definitely would need a let's see, what would that take? That would be... Yeah, it only needs about 900 meters per second to capture. So... Oh, yeah, you're right. That would change... I think, yeah, the contracts only support a single primary space station. I could do something silly like a very fast transit to Saturn and then a capture into Saturn orbit with copious quantities of delta V. Yeah, let's see what that's going to be like. Saturn. 1,000. Insertion, 11 kilometers per second. But not sure how much it would cost just to... Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, that's only a little over 2 years travel time. Thing is, the ejection is 9 kilometers per second and the capture is almost 13 kilometers per second. So that's what you get for a fast transit to Saturn. This is why you do Jovian gravity assists. let's look at this from the other perspective. What tech do I have coming up? So I can start unlocking nuclear propulsion. There's better solids. I mean, I guess I could just make some space planes. I do have the ability to recover now.
Yay, space planes. I'd like to see that.
Oh, I also have radiators. That's cool. Mark III system. Where's the rest of the Mark II parts? There's the Mark II inline cockpit, but none of the rest of the two parts are here. It's weird. Yeah, wonder where they are. Weird. Trusses, but yeah, I really lack space station parts. Yeah, I'm researching nuclear propulsion so I can do a crude Venus and Mars flyby. Even orbit, maybe, although the delta V requirements for orbit are kind of steep. but I'm getting a little tired. Call it quits there. Maximal, thank you for joining, as always.
No problem. Happy to
And
be here.
yeah, thank you for
Later.
following along, and everybody on YouTube as well. I'll catch you all next time. Night.